Today's show is brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. Come on, we talking about the top-rated sports booking app in all of North America. They safe, they are secure, and just like the homie Deke, they are reliable. But with that being the case, we also know that, man, you got to know why you want to use it. Well, why? Well, because you can get some parlay going on, man. Whether you're talking same game parlays or if you want to add multiple games into the mix, you got plenty of options, especially with the playoffs. The NFL playoffs continuing to get closer and closer to the big game, man. So with that being the case, for all of my first-time users out there, when you download the app, make sure when you make that first deposit bonus of $5, use the promo code MOAT so that way you'll receive $200 in bonus bets instantly, all right? The promo code MOAT, you heard me say it twice, so you know it's important. But with that being the case, man, that'll give you a chance to potentially get back into the game, and we'll see what it does from there with your picks. But more importantly, man, I can also understand that you can get lost in the sauce. Might develop a gambling problem, or you might just need some help. And if you're living in New York, it's a number that you can text. Shout out to the New Yorkers, baby. But for everybody else, the digits to dial are 1-800-GAMBLER.
Maybe Kyler Murray.
Is that
Maybe.
your order of operations?
I don't even know. I don't even know if Kyler Murray's like,
you know, Kyler, my number one. If those are the names,
really?
Yes. If those are the names, Kyler's my number one. Trevor, I'll go Kyler, Rodgers, Trevor. Kyler, Rodgers, Trevor, and then Fields. That's my order.
Okay.
Yeah. How you putting them?
So it sounds like
What's your order on
the
it?
only two names you would throw in the mix that I'm missing would be like a Kirk and a Russ.
That's literally
Is
it.
that it?
That's literally it. And those are heavily predicated on cost. I don't throw Kirk in it because you have to trade
You
for
would maybe
Kirk.
throw Donald. You would throw Donald.
So I don't throw Kirk in this convo personally because I have to trade for Kirk and I still got to take on that contract. I don't want to do that at all. I would rather pay Sam Darnold and just pay Sam Darnold than have to trade for Kirk and still pay Kirk, if that makes sense.
So you would have Darnold and Russ.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Okay.
I don't put Kirk in my convo. I got Darnold and I have Russ, but Darnold is the last on the list because I think his number is the highest, but I think he is the least of all the guys. I think Russ can give me more. I think that Fields can give me more in terms of the upside and cost element of it. Rodgers is clearly more proven as well. And if I know I need to add pieces to my offense anyways, I can't add what I need to add if I'm paying him, you know, his market value because it's going to be 30 plus. I think he needs more help. So that's why it's like, those are my free agent versions. But if I can throw the trade element in there, Kyler is my number one. I love Kyler's game. I think that Kyler can ball. And I think that he has that dual element that he can for certain run, but he has a
You don't care about the contract at all and weighing this?
The reason why I don't with Kyler because I feel like he is justified. I feel like he's good. You know what I mean? Like, now granted, his deal was on the front end, so he's going to come around sooner rather than some of these other guys. I think he probably has like 2 more before we got to like re-up with him, but it still buys me time. And then from now, I'm making a decision when I got to make that decision. But at least give me the info. But I think with Kyler, like, age-wise, he's in a great spot. I feel like health-wise, the majority of the time, I'm like, yo, Kyler's pretty healthy. But more importantly, I just think that he gives me my full dual capacity, man. I know he can make every single throw in the book. I know he's a gamer. I've seen him win on Hail Marys. I've seen him do it with his legs. I've seen him do it with his arm. I know he's tough. The knock is he's short, but I'm not afraid of that. Like, I've seen enough short players win, and I think his game would still flow well. My only concern is he's been playing more of the, you know, spread it out, shotgun. You can see it that way, whereas we know with Arthur Smith is more under center, that approach. Now, would Arthur Smith pivot off of that? I think we would see it because we saw with Fields, he pivoted a little bit. So I would think it would be that, but I just think that Kyler Murray can give me that Fields package that we saw early on with that Russ package, and it's already ready to go here, but that's why it's already paid to the level it's paid. And I think structurally, organization-wise, we're way I spent some time out there. I love the Steelers organization. I think they'll wrap their arms around Kyler and treat him up real nice and definitely have him with the right pieces around him to put him in the right direction.
The Murray Lawrence trade would be like the Stafford approach. Him getting up out of Detroit and
That's
going
literally
to LA and just seeing what he could do with a better, more button-up organization.
And honestly, I'm glad you brought up Stafford. That's how I view him. Like that's
because like Murray, Lawrence, they're hovering in that like top 10, top 11, 12 range.
Yep.
Former number 1 overall pick. The talent is there, but you just wonder, could it be better somewhere else?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's why I throw them in the mix of guys I'd be open to trade for. I'd probably go, I don't know. I think depending on the day, Rodgers and Fields are probably my top guys. Because Fields you don't have to trade for. You just bring him back. Rodgers, it's just Aaron Rodgers. But obviously if you're going Rodgers versus a Fields or even Lawrence or Murray, you don't have as long-term of an approach with that. And then his distractions are way more evident than the other 3 players. And then Kyler, Lawrence. I think maybe the height with Murray I'm a little bit concerned with and how he's going to age out.
You don't like short kings? Oh, that's
crazy. we just had Russ and we saw how the season finished. That's why I'm a little bit concerned. But Kyler's obviously way more dynamic than
He's
Russ.
way more athletic too.
Way more.
Like his ability to get out to that edge, man. He's stressed. Pass rushes out, bro. He's stressed him out.
Lawrence's game should age out the best. Is he as good as what he's supposed to be right now?
That's my question, bro.
That's the problem.
I think that's my knock on him. I don't think he's as good as what it was projected to be. But he was projected to be the second coming of, the Joe Montana type. Like you're the perfect, like you can't miss.
But then you just want, if we get him with the Steelers here, what could that look like?
Yeah. All right.
He can make everything. I mean, you see some of the throws he makes. I mean, it is crazy.
He definitely can. I don't know.
Those are my 4, though. Why I bring up those 4 is because if I see any other quarterback on this team, I'm just like, give me a break. Like, you've got to be kidding me.
So, Deke, this is my only issue, though, as it pertains to Trevor and Kyler. Is that Cardinals and Jacksonville? Is that going to rub off on y'all? Because I don't know, man. They just at times I just don't feel like them organizations got like.
Well, I don't know if either of those guys are committed to football like we would want up here in Pittsburgh.
Do y'all got like the dog like because you got to really be like a dog.
Stafford, you could
like,
see that in Detroit. Like dudes going out there playing with like dislocated shoulders and stuff, trying to win, and those teams sucked. I get what you're saying.
I'm like
Kyler Murray, Call of Duty. Trevor Lawrence had that quote before the draft saying like, you know what, I'm a well-rounded guy. I like things outside of football. It's like we don't want to hear that.
That's not going to fly here in Pittsburgh, bro.
That's all well and good, but
that won't fly in Pittsburgh. You know that, bro. I'm just like,
it probably should be true. Like most people should be well-rounded, but
you don't say it publicly.
Don't say it.
Yeah, just don't say it. Keep it to yourself, man. Keep it to yourself. Here, it's football, and more football. Like, so that was definitely something that I was considering that with both of them because they don't deal with any of that in Jacksonville, Arizona. It's not even close.
Yep.
And you saw even how Kyler kind of was handling the Call of Duty contract. So he was like, you thought that was loud. Wait till you was here, bro. Yeah. We trip on a Wednesday.
Yeah. So that's what. Well, yeah, I got Fields and Rodgers. Those would be my top 2.
Yeah.
Especially since we won't have to trade any assets for them. Deal with mega contracts.
Yeah.
I wouldn't think so, at least. Yeah, I mean, unless we trade the house and go get a Cam Ward or something in the draft, I just don't even see that as an option.
I don't think we doing.
There's no way. There's just no way.